Back to the classroom. Hi, Vicky Kelty here with another episode of the Language Learning Report Card podcast. So, my study hits are obviously that I decided to start classes again. And I'm actually going to do a dual episode today of both French and Spanish. And my leisure hits, because we had all wins this episode, are that award season was just tons of language wins for me. I got to listen to the Golden Globe, the Grammys, the Oscars, and the Goya Award with either a mix of Spanish with some French. The Goya had some Catalan as well. They might have had Portuguese. I don't even recognize all the languages that were coming in my ears these last couple months. And for me, those were really big wins to have so much language immersion through the different award shows that I was watching, along with English, because let's face it, the award shows also had English in them. So, yeah, back to school. I decided that I wanted to do not necessarily traditional learning, but traditional in the sense of not just self-study. So I have found a teacher for Spanish and a teacher for French, and I'm going back old school. No, like I said, it's not necessarily traditional learning. That's not the point of this episode. The point is that I've made a decision to accompany my self-study with support from teachers. And that's what I thought I would focus this episode on, not with talking about the classes that I'm doing specifically, but with talking about why we might go from self-study back to the classroom. So for me, I think that my reasons were really similar for both languages. So that's why I decided to do it as a joint episode. But with the self-study, one thing that for me personally comes up is that I don't always have the consistency that I would like, and I do regularly spend time with each of the languages, but I don't always do as intense of studying as I might plan to do. And so with having classes and having that accountability of a teacher, then it's kind of like this outside pressure to show up because somebody is expecting it of me and I'm paying money. So I also have that kind of like, what do they say? Like skin in the game. Those factors definitely help me to feel more encouraged, more motivated to show up and do a little bit extra work, a little more than I might normally put in. And I find that, as you know, with Spanish, I'm around it all the time, but I don't always get to do that intentional practice where it's just somebody else listening to me and me talking with the intention of using specific vocabulary and grammar and really getting to test things and try them out. And so I can do that in a private setting with a teacher where I wouldn't do that when I'm getting drinks with friends. That's just maybe other people would do that. I find that weird. I don't think that's the role of my friends to be my teachers. And so I can learn from them and stuff, but I'm not again, me personally, I'm not going to be like, oh, did I say this phrase correctly? Oh, is this the subjunctive that we use here? So yeah, that would be one of the benefits of doing it, and one of the reasons that even living in the country where they speak the language that you're learning, you might decide that some added language support is just what the doctor ordered, or the teacher in this case. And with French, like I said, really similar. So I don't have the benefit that I'm not immersed by French, but I do still have that desire that I want to have these like purposeful interactions that are forced on me, let's say, and to have them more regularly. And so that is definitely the benefit of having any type of classroom experience. And I say classroom, but like classroom can come in so many forms, right? Because I have in my own classrooms that I offer one-on-one classes to English learners where we can be in a really personalized class. I have small group where you can have your friends, and so you get to be with your buddy and having, again, a more intimate class live. And then I also have that really nice flexibility of sending voice messages as a way to still have one-on-one contact, but without requiring the setting of the classroom. But they're all with the accountability of the teacher, with the encouragement to show up, with that consistency of regular use of the language. And so I decided that it was time that this was the moment that I was like, yes, my schedule allows for it. And I also crave it. I really, really want to have some time with a teacher for both languages that I'm learning. And will that change in the future? Probably, because I do have ebb and flow with my classes, that I do a period where I take classes, and then I do a period where I just kind of like soak it all in and do more self-study. But yeah, those are some of the the ways and the reasons that I go from self-study to give me some more support, because I want to be doing more with the language than I'm doing right now. I want more motivation. I want more encouragement. I want more attention on me, on what I'm saying, more guidance. And maybe that is something that it's time for you to also get a teacher and see if that's the right step for you to head back to the classroom in whatever form the classroom is. So just think about where you're at with the language you're learning, English or another one, and where you want to be with that language, or what you want to be doing more of. And maybe going to the classroom is a way that you can get to that next point or take that next step. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. And maybe that will be your next study hit as well. I await your email letting me know what you have planned for the future of your language learning. So be sure to send that message my way to hola@vickykelty.com. As always, happy learning.